one of the cool things about our team is that like we're the youngest team in the league, I believe.
Yeah.
I think somebody said that, which I forgot until the other day. Somebody reminded us. But like, so with that, young players, like there's plenty of ambition for individual success and individual accolades, and like everybody wants to get to the next contract and everybody wants to have that security. And one of the cool things about it is like we have that, but at the same time, it's like we understand like you need the guys next to you, because like when you win, everybody gets paid.
Yeah.
Like that's a consistent in the league. Like if you're part of winning, like you get paid and you get the success and the rewards that, you know, the recognition that comes with that. Probably the main areas that we have so much success with that in is like the people that, you know, Sam has brought in. Like all the dudes are good dudes. Like obviously people have good days and bad days. Like nobody's perfect. Like it's the NBA. There's a lot of emotions, ups and downs. But being able to navigate that with, you know, dudes who you really rock with and guys who you can like openly communicate with, like that makes it so much simpler.
Not even just in your pro experience, but even just collegiate experience as well. Like the team is so close. Like we talked about this. I talked about this with Dub before.
Well,
you know?
It's basically a college
crazy.
team. Half
it's
the
like,
guys should be in college.
But it's like, but there is a thing which that does feel unique. You've been on a team that won a championship.
Yeah, I've been in the opposite. I've been on like the oldest team in the league and then like the youngest team.
So
in the
you've been in these different situations, and this is unique. This is not a thing that happens everywhere.
Yeah, no, and to have, you know, as much success as we've had to this point. Yeah, no, it's definitely unique, and it's fun to like theorize and like see. It's like, oh wow, like we're gonna get better. Like, you know, most of the time when you're on a team like this, like 4 or 5, 6 of the guys have already like gotten to like the point where it's like, all right, that's not maxed out, but like you're pretty much, you know, what you're gonna get from them. Like, a large majority of this team can get better. And like that's a scary thing to think about.
Well, they're proving it in real time. You're probably a year or two ahead of everyone's. Like a year, like last year, everyone was like, "This team's a year or two ahead of schedule." Now, I think you're not sneaking up on anyone anymore. But there is.
Oh no, we're getting everybody's best shot.
I was going to ask about.
That's happening. That's the thing.
So we did an ep with Dub a couple weeks ago, and I asked him about that because I was basically just like, you know, it's become like a cliche phrase, but I sort of think it's accurate in terms of like the hunter to the hunted.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a thing which you guys now are. And so,
which is a different thing in the NBA to navigate.
But so you've been through that before.
Yeah.
They really haven't. So what's your advice on that?
Yeah. I mean, that honestly is like the best tool to sharpen, you know, your own blade, because it holds you to a standard that's higher than, you know, 85% of teams in the league. Like there's only a select few teams that are viewed that way.
Yeah.
So to get everybody's best shot, I think is just, it's, you have to look at it as like, I don't want to say a blessing. That sounds like cliche, but like you have to use it as a tool, like to your benefit. Cause like, you know that every night your best is pretty much required to go out there and get the job done, because if not, like, the other team's coming for you. Yeah.
And also it feels like, just from a pure reps, like, you know, mental memory standpoint, a lot of these, especially these Western Conference games, are like everyone's going to roll out different stuff in the playoffs, but you also are
sizing up a little.
You're seeing you're seeing what's out there in a way that other people might not. I think I talked to you the day the trade happened, or maybe the day after the trade happened, or something like that. And it's obviously it's a thing that like you were in a bunch of rumors for, you know, years about different stuff happening.
many years,
everything like that.
Many deadlines.
But so your thoughts about the guys on the team before having just played against them, not being their teammate, not being with them all the time. Like, what were your thoughts about Shea? What were your thoughts about Dub, about Chet, and everything like that? And then when you got here, how did those like shift immediately?
Yeah, I think that was the part that I forgot about during the trade, was like starting over from square one to create relationships with my teammates. Cause like obviously LA, like I ended up being there, you know, with most of those guys for at least 2, maybe 3 years, if not 4 with Kuz, I think, and KCP maybe also. But anyway, the starting over of the relationships was the part where I like, once I like got into the building, I was like, oh shoot, like, dude, I know nothing about you. Like all I have is these preconceived like notions about how you play basketball. But you know, I was pleasantly surprised because, like, you know, me and Mark came and saw me in Austin in the off season, just check in, like, see, you know, obviously I'm new, and he wanted to say, "What's up? Come watch me work out." Normal stuff, you know, summer stuff. And one of the things he told me was, like, the guys are great. Like, they're a little goofy, like they cut up, but when it's time to compete and go to battle, like, the guys lock in, and that's been true to a T.